Some people on the internet, known as incels, claim that women of color, such as Asian women, genetically prefer white men over Asian men and that this dynamic is solely based on genes. Incels will claim that Asian women, because of biological urges and base root impulses, will prefer and like white men over Asian men. Incels will say that when an Asian woman is presented with the face of a white man, she will like the white man over the Asian man. Well, in 2008, a study was conducted that explored this exact dynamic. This study focused on how two different groups, one group being Korean and the other group being white, would end up liking or disliking the other, based on mere exposure. If the claims that incels make, where they say that Asian women and even Asian men for that matter, will like white men and women more respectively, because of their belief that white people carry the best genes, then what we should see would have to be the Korean group rating a higher likability for the white group. Let's see if that was the case. When looking at the results, the Korean group actually liked their own group more than the white group, and an additional problem for incels that can also be seen, is that the white group virtually rated the Korean group at the same level as they did for the white group. The white group liked the Korean group just as much as they liked their own group, and the reason why the white group rated the Korean group as high as they did was because they were exposed to the Korean group more, showing how exposure and, dare I say, representation, plays a significant role in how one group will perceive the other. Taking a closer look at the figure, you can see there's a bigger gap, or delta, when looking at the Korean group. This means that the Korean group liked their own group more than the white group liked their own. The white group likes the Korean group almost just as much as they like their own white group. However, the Korean group clearly likes their own group much more. Therefore, these results do not demonstrate any case of JBW, or just be white. These results do not show any favoritism or base-level preference for white people. It actually is rather concerning for the contrary, because the white group demonstrates almost no difference between their liking for the Korean group or their group, while the Korean group clearly favors their own group. No JBW or white preference was shown here. To do a recap. If JBW, just be white, or a white advantage is as strong as certain people on the internet claim, then we should have seen the following in the results. The Korean group liking the white faces more, and also, the white group shouldn't show an increase in liking the Korean faces after more exposure was given to them. However, neither of these necessary conditions were shown. In fact, the opposite of JBW was actually shown, both on the Korean side in how the Koreans preferred their own more, and also on the white side, in how the white people started to like the Koreans just as much as they liked their own group simply by getting more exposure to them. Therefore, not only does this refute JBW, but it also supports the significance in how exposure, representation, and media greatly influences perception and how people will view and value another group based on those factors. This is the blackpilling reality of the matter. This was a JBW fail.